You're watching Satluj TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London. A strong statement of solidarity signed by over 70 organisations in the US has been released in support of Sikhs, currently now living in fear of India's extrajudicial killings of political opponents. The statement comes from organisations representing a huge diversity of cultures, including Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, South Asian and Arab communities across the United States, and calls for elected officials and leaders across the nation to provide similar messages of support. In light of Justin Trudeau's announcement last week of evidence pointing to the Indian government being behind the killing of Sikh campaigner Hardeep Singh Nijjar earlier this year, the statement expresses concern over the ongoing threat to innocent Sikhs worldwide, who have dared criticise the Indian government. They highlight the prevailing tactic of labelling Indian government critics as extremists and terrorists in a deliberate campaign to fuel negative perceptions about Sikhs more broadly. Signatories to the statement have long raised concerns over extensive human rights violations by the Indian government against Muslims, Dalits, Christians, Sikhs, Kashmiris and other minority groups. Others have expressed concern over the spread of what they call bigoted Hindu nationalist ideology, an accusation often levelled against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has presided over an administration frequently accused of installing policies aimed at Hindu interests at the expense of other minorities. Human Rights Watch this year publicly declared India as sinking into authoritarian rule, a damning indictment against the country currently trying to promote itself as the world's largest democracy. The joint statement then confirms the organisation's commitment to human rights values and underscores their solidarity with American Sikhs and their partner organisations, particularly emphasising their demands that freedom of political expression should not be restricted or practised in fear of anti-democratic Indian reprisals. In their call to action, the signatories asked the US government to investigate Indian government and Hindu nationalist threats against Sikhs, to provide sufficient protection for Sikh Americans against such threats, and a call to all communities to join together to fight Hindu nationalist ideology in both India and the United States by condemning rhetoric that vilifies the Sikh community. The extent and diversity of the signatories to the statement, including several Hindu groups, highlighting the deeply undemocratic activities of the Indian state, will be an embarrassment to the Indian government, currently trying to improve their image on the world stage. You've been watching Satluj TV News, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We would love to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satluj TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.